Well, right now, the big question is just what Justin Trudeau and Xi Jinping had to say to each other at the G20 meeting. Getting any movement in Canada's diplomatic dispute with China is seen as the big challenge for the Prime Minister at this summit, something likely made more difficult because Trudeau has no formal meeting scheduled with the Chinese president. Now, that fact could explain what is happening right here. That is Trudeau and Xi on the sidelines of the summit. We have enhanced the video, zooming in and centering it on your screen. They were speaking as G20 leaders were heading to their seats for a cultural event. Their conversation came at the end of the day that also included Trudeau and Xi caught on camera earlier in an awkward moment. Our Hannah Thibodeau has the play-by-play from Osaka.
Well, in the main meetings with the 20 world leaders, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was seated right next to the Chinese President Xi Jinping. But throughout the afternoon, the two men looked visibly uncomfortable, and in fact, it seemed like they were ignoring each other. But the Prime Minister's staff say they did have brief, constructive interactions. And late tonight, there was a cultural event. At that cultural event, it was caught on camera that the two men had what's called a pull-aside. So it's off to the side of the event. They had a 2-minute conversation and translators were present. So again, when we asked the Prime Minister's office what that interaction was like, they wouldn't give us any details of what was said or discussed.
So what happens if there is no movement on the China issue, Hannah?
Well, we do know, Michael, that the president, Donald Trump, has offered any help he can give to Canada. We know that he is having a face-to-face meeting with the president of China tomorrow, and he did promise to bring it up. But what exactly the president will do, that we still don't know either. Would he say something that would change the mind of the president of China? So that's one thing we'll definitely be watching for tomorrow. But we did hear from our Minister of Foreign Affairs today, Chrystia Freeland. She's saying, look, we have spoken to a lot of other countries. They say that China should not arbitrarily detain two people or any people, and they're trying to push that message through other countries as well, because we know that there hasn't been a face-to-face or will not be a face-to-face meeting between our Prime Minister and the President of China. So all of these other countries are trying to put pressure on China in this instance. But the big thing we'll be looking for tomorrow is the President of the United States out of that meeting with Xi tomorrow. But not only that, what happens after this? We asked the Minister of Foreign Affairs, look, if there is no movement on China when we come out of the G20 in Osaka, Japan, will there be some form of retaliatory measures against China? She said that they won't escalate, but she also added that Canada won't back down, Michael.
Hannah, thank you for this. Our Hannah Thibodeau at the G20 in Osaka, Japan.